Dubois' promoter, Frank Warren, has stated that they will be lobbying an appeal to get the decision of Alexander Usyk versus Dan Dubois overturned to a no contest. Now, I'm going to read out his statement in a second, and then I'm going to break down his statement and point out some things, so stay tuned for that bit. Now, I'm also going to show you something as well. Now, before we go back onto Frank Warren, I'm just going to finish up with this little part here on Frank Warren before I show you something else, which is that I'm getting the impression from Frank Warren that this is more of a distraction to the fact that Dan Dubois, yet again, took a knee in round number 9. He took it from a jab. Now, the fact that he didn't try and get up until the referee counted 9, well, anybody knows if you want to continue a fight, you have to be on your feet by the count of 8. Okay? Now, that said, so we're going to go back onto it. Now, of course, online, there's lots of different photos and whatever else where people are claiming, well, this shows it was a belt line, this shows that it was a low blow, however, okay? And again, there's different angles. You have to remember that there were multiple broadcasters streaming this fight.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I had to pause it, but I would like to say something. Look where the punch landed anyway, on the area of the shorts. That's an illegal blow by the rules anyway. Do you understand? That's just an illegal blow right there. You understand? It's clearly not even touching the stomach area. Do you understand? His glove is on the shorts, on the belt. Look. So that alone is a legal belt. Whether it's hitting the nuts, his balls, his foreskin, whatever, or not. And that's a fact. Go look at the rules for all you little ones out there jumping up, making noise like you know something.
TNT Sports, ESPN, Canal Plus, you name it, okay? And all of them have their own camera, okay? So not all using the same footage, all right? So it depends on what it is that you're looking at as to what you believe, all right? Now, Serge Lapin. Now, Serge is the assistant trainer for Alexander Usyk. Real nice guy, by all accounts. Of course, my pal in Steve Robinson, he really likes Serge because Serge brought him in via Glenn Bartlett and, of course, by myself when I spoke to Alexander Krasuk. Steve Robinson should go into camp with Alexander Usyk when everyone thought that the Tyson Fury fight was on. And ultimately, that's what happened. Steve went over to Turkey and, of course, was sparring Alexander Usyk, and Steve likes Serge a lot. Okay, now, of course, that fight collapsed. We all know why. Tyson Fury ducked him. Now, Serge.
Let's do some cooking.
Serge, he's shown a little bit of footage, okay, from one angle that we didn't see on TNT Sports. Because me, like a lot of you, with the angle that I saw originally, which would be the same angle that most of you here in the UK would have seen, it looked like, okay, yeah, it was literally on the belt line. Again, there's quite a bit of confusion as to where the belt line should be compared to the navel and all that kind of thing, because essentially a legal shot has to be above the navel. In other words, above the belly button. Anything below then is illegal. It's not just bull shots, okay? Anyway, so here is Serge Lapin's footage.
The boxing rule is that any punch hitting below the belt line is considered a low punch, and sometimes it could be up to the discretion of the referee. So, unfortunately, these television companies do not use phantom cameras, which are the ones that give you like those fucking super slow motion shots, like HBO used to do. I mean, Showtime does it. And this one is just regular fucking 24p, 30p fucking 1080p television camera. So I'm going to do my best to stop the shot on the moment of impact. So you know what I'm talking about. So here we go.
Didn't take any points off him.
Boom. So as you can see, the punch is right here. Here's the moment of impact. It's low. It's a low fucking blow. Here's a fucking bell line. Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, what is to discuss?
Okay, so there you have it. Different angle to what you and I are used to when watching it on TNT Sports, right? TNT Sports is from the back of Alexander Usyk, so it looks like Dan Dubois hit him right on the waistline, right? Again, hitting on the waistline isn't the rules, okay? It's anything below the navel, that is illegal. Anything above it is okay. The navel, the bladder area, i.e. anything in or around the belly button area. Above the belly button, okay. Below the belly button, not okay. All right? Now, I see like a lot of people saying that the referee was biased with Alexander Usyk. The referee needs to be investigated. I mean, I don't know where people's mind is. You and I have action replay on our TV. So we get to see different angles and whatever. The referee doesn't. Okay? He doesn't. He has to make a decision right there and then.
And he also got it right. The referee had to make a decision right there and then, and he got it right. So what does that say? What does that say to all these people that was watching on TVs that got it wrong and he got it right? Yet they're trying to heckle the ref and they're trying to heckle Usyk about this matter. Silly, isn't it?
Now, people say that Alexander Usyk, was he making a meal of it? Well, maybe he was. I don't know. I don't know how much that's going to hurt down there. Okay? If he got hit directly on the balls, I understand it. Okay? But at the end of the day, Usyk is going to, like any other fighter out there, he would have immediately looked at the referee and noticed that the referee was not counting. So at that point, you got 5 minutes. So if it did hit him there, on the balls or not, and it hurt him and it took the wind out of him, however, you're going to use it to your advantage. It's not cheating. It's going by the referee's rules. It's going by the rules of boxing. The referee says you got 5 minutes. If you feel that you need 5 minutes, you take 5 minutes. It is what it is. Any other fighter would have been exactly the same. Now, I do maintain that had the referee started counting, Usyk would have got up. I do. No matter how much kind of pain he was in, he would have got up. This was the...
Agreed. I agree with that. He would have got up, shook that off. He would have been walking around, leaning up against the ropes, saying, yeah, I'm ready, shaking his legs, trying to warm that off real quick. I agree. We've seen him do it before, right? But he didn't have reasons to do that. He could chill. The ref called it right, and he felt the pain to call it right. Whenever we've seen Usyk cheat, when have we ever seen that? So why do people, you see how devilish minds work? Hate. This guy's got no reason to demand hate from none of us, and yet people jump up at the sign of it. Crazy. Yo, nothing but respect to Usyk.
Independence Day of Ukraine. The stadium in Poland was full of Ukrainians. He's not going to lie there and let the referee count him out. He's going to get up. Now, at that point, we can debate, would Dan Dubois have jumped all over him and totally terrorized Alexander Usyk and stopped him? Maybe he would have done. Maybe he wouldn't have done. Alexander Usyk is a survival specialist. He's been hurt before. But, again, that's all down to debate. All right? Now, to go back onto Frank Warren. Now, Frank Warren has said this about the fight and wanted the decision overturned to a no contest and potentially look for a rematch. Yeah, because you don't want Tyson Fury anywhere near him. Anyways, what Frank Warren had to say. Dan Dubois was cheated out of victory. It hit him on the waistband. The referee got it badly wrong. Badly wrong. I like Usyk, but that was a complete hometown decision. He won that.
Can I just comment on this? Well, I would like to say this is why your boy Frank Warren's so pissed off, because they want Usyk to lose so bad. The minute he loses, Frank Warren's going to talk the most shit. Tyson Fury's going to come out of the woodworks and start talking the most shit. John Fury's going to come out the woodworks and start talking the most shit. At that moment, if he loses, they're going to add insult to injury. They're going to rub it in, good, Then they're going to call out for the fight. Hopefully they got in the mind of Usyk at that point. We've all battering him down with bars, talking crap about him and all that stuff, and he lost the fight as well. Hopefully by that time they would have winded him up so much, got him in the ring, and it would have been a maybe, but it would have helped towards Tyson's win. You understand? But at the same time, they want to see him defeated, Anybody that don't lose a fight like that, you carry that spark, you carry that fire inside you, like you think you're king of the world, and that confidence can carry you like miles. You understand? And that's exactly what it is, man. They want him to lose that confidence so they can beat him easy with insults, get into the mind. You know, some of these boxers like to play mind games. Yeah, Fury can fight and he can sway and bob and weave and stuff, but the mind games is part of his arsenal too. And if you can't get in your mind, in his head, he's lost already. So, but watch, listen, Daniel, I need you to forget this rematch stuff that you're trying to go for. As you can see from the evidence, there's no clear, you won't get it because it was a clear shot on the man's nuts. Or you might have just reached for the foreskin. But anyway, I'm just trying to say, sit back and just listen. We need to just see the main event, which is Tyson and Usyk. That's what needs to happen. So forget what this cornflake on the screen you can see is saying, and forget what Tyson's saying or anything else saying. They're gonna start talking a lot of crap and running right now. Watch John, what's his name? Frank. Frank's gonna be focusing on trying to get some rematch, even though the evidence is out there that there's no grounds for a rematch. He's gonna talk a lot of crap, and they're gonna run. Tyson's gonna run. Tyson Fury fight. They're gonna run, man. They're gonna run. They're going to run. Run laps, make up excuses. The question is, who's gonna step in now and change the law, change the rules? Who's gonna change the rules and say, Tyson, you can't do this no more. You have to fight. You have to fight Usyk or go, or release your bouts. You understand? Because we got a pussy as the champion. If you haven't noticed, a pussy that's embarrassing the UK. If you haven't noticed, and people are just letting this happen. At this point, the whole boxing world is laughing at the UK because of Tyson Fury, and you need to understand that. A lot of y'all are like, oh, I don't care about that. Well, you should care. That's the whole point of being the champion of the world, right? You should care. It's the whole point of having that status. Anyway.
Fight. So, as I said before, I do feel that this is a bit of a distraction because he doesn't want people thinking that his heavyweight, Dan Dubois, took another knee and went down by a jab. Not his only fighter who's done that. Andy Yard also went down from a jab and stayed down as well, okay? Is what it is. But I do feel it's a bit of a distraction. Now, for him to say that the referee got it badly wrong, I said, we all have the benefit of action replay. The referee does not. Now, could the ringside officials had looked at the footage and made a decision and then informed the referee? Maybe. Maybe they did, and they agreed with the decision. We don't know, okay? But when he's talking about a hometown decision, I mean, he should be an expert at this one, Frank Warren, because Dan Dubois' last fight against Kevin Lerena, have you ever seen a guy take a knee, go down 3 times in one round, and the fight continue? If that had been on a non-Queensbury show, the referee would have stopped that fight. And Dan Dubois would not have got this opportunity against Alexander Usyk. Right?
That's a good point, mate. That's a good point, mate. So, how did that guy feel every time Danny Dubois took a knee? Did he feel robbed? Did he feel robbed? Did everybody jump out and outcry for the guy? Why did, just call it. That's 3 times. That's 2 times. That's 1 time. You should have won. I don't remember this outcry for the guy. See, this is just favoritism, borderline racism.
So when he's talking about hometown decisions, I guess he knows all about that. Does he not? Right? But to appeal the decision, now, if this was only for the WBO belt, I could probably see Frank Warren doing something here, okay, because he has a very good relationship with the WBO. I'm not saying he's right or it's wrong, okay? It is what it is. If you can do it, do it. But the fact that this is unified belts, do you think that they're really going to overturn the decision? No, of course not. Of course not. It's pointless.
They shouldn't anyway, because of all the messing about Frank Warren and then have been doing. They shouldn't give him them kind of privileges. No. And I'm sorry once again about Daniel Debar. I'm sorry it's him that's on the line because you know, he's a good guy. He's young, and you know, bro, don't let this stuff get to you. Don't let it get to you, man. Just keep bouncing back and learn, man. Learn from your mistakes is most important. Most important. Let me say something to you, Danny. Right. A few times you've had a fight and you took a knee with you know, in the same formation kind of thing. Maybe you should change your trainer. Maybe you should. Like, you're still young is my point. Or then again, at the same time, you're still young, so maybe you haven't learned enough from your trainer, so you should stay around him. However you want to pick it. But like, you're still sprouting your wings, young lion. So carry on doing what you do, man. Don't let this affect you. You got in the room with big dogs. Like he was just saying here, you took 3 knees in that fight with some other guy. And they pushed you through to where you are now. Maybe you're just not ready. Yeah, you got power, young lion, but you might need more experience. So just, bro, take your time. Don't try to run up there. Build yourself up. Make your money. Do you understand? Take your time. You're young. Build yourself up nicely. Make your money with these fights and that. But just go up the chain, because you know you can get there again. You've got the power. You know what I'm saying? I think Frank Warren and them have just pushed you forward when you're not ready to be pushed. You understand? So my suggestion to you would be, you know, just do what you gotta do. Take your time, go through the ranks or whatever. As many fights as possible, as many wins, build that money up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And yeah. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel forced to do something you don't feel's right. You understand? Yeah, it's excitement going up against the best and stuff, but don't force yourself, man. Do you understand? Now, get me? There's people that have started boxing after the age that you are right now. So, you've got time, bro. And best of luck to you, man. I'll always support you, understand?
I said, for me, it's all a distraction. It's a distraction about the fact that down the wire. It's a distraction about the fact that down the wire went down from a jab and didn't get back up again. Well, he did, but he got up at the count of 9. So, I don't see the point of it. I don't.
What about that time when Tyson Fury was fighting Wilder? What you remember when Tyson Fury was just out cold on the floor kind of thing, and then he just rise like the Phoenix? What number count was that? Wasn't that on 9 as well? Or something like that? Or did he get up on 10? Or did he get up on 8? I'm just saying, all these little privileges that happens in boxing, people start moaning. You understand? People get privileged when they come to the UK to fight a UK person. The UK person normally gets privilege. So this is a known fact. So when you see privilege going on, you know what time it is? You either ban it or stop moaning. Because everybody gets their privilege at some point, right? Right? Well, besides Usyk, because he's the one that runs around the planet fighting. He's the one that runs around the planet fighting in their gardens. I can see why you fear him, Tyson Fury. You fear real people, right? Real warriors. Real people with goals. And you know what else Usyk said? He's going to retire soon. But he's not going to retire until he beats Tyson Fury. Until he goes all the way. He sounds like he's a motherfucking one of the T100s or something, like, you know, like a Terminator on a mission. And I like that. I like that because it's all about the sport. You don't ever hear him talking or running around talking about money and stuff like that, and the money's not low enough and stuff like that. I like that. You know what I'm trying to say? I will always support the real. Anyway, shout out to Sporting Icons. I've been following them for a long time. Him should I say? Hey, go and subscribe to Sporting Icons. Get me? Good dude. You know what I'm saying? Puts that work in. There's many other people that you should subscribe to. One day I'm gonna do a video of all the boxing YouTubers or whatever that you should subscribe to. The best ones. There's a few. There's Hitman and there's some others. What's his name? YS. I forgot his name. Sorry, I forgot right now. But I'm gonna do a list. If anything, I'll do a what's it called? A compaction, a completion, or whatever, compilation. On the next big topic, because they always speak on the next. I mean, on the good topics and shit. When they do that, I'll just go to my sources, which would be these guys, and I'll clip from each of their video, whatever the topic is, and that way you can get to hear what they sound like and know their channel name, and you can go and subscribe to them and follow their work and help support them. Because there are a team of people out there that actually give a fuck. That don't want to see boxing go down the hill. You understand? So let's try and keep boxing real and alive. Anyway, I'm out. Peace, enough love, and blessings.